All right, let's dive in. We're taking on Ayn Rand's The Fountainhead today.
Oh, this is a big one. Lots to unpack here.
Yeah, the excerpts you guys sent in, intense is an understatement. We're about to step into a world where...
architecture is a battleground.
Exactly. Not just about bricks and mortar, but ambition, integrity.
Oh, and ego. Definitely ego.
From what I'm seeing, maybe even a little dynamite.
Yeah.
Metaphorically speaking, of course.
Well, with Rand, you never know.
So first impressions, what hit you right off the bat?
Rand throws us right into this clash, personalities, philosophies. You've got Howard Roark,
Our leading man.
the architect who'd rather watch his own building crumble than compromise his vision.
Strong personality type.
And then you have Peter Keating, just as talented, but
He goes a different route.
chasing trends, mimicking what's popular. Success, but at what cost?
It feels like Rand's using architecture as a metaphor, right?
Absolutely. It's bigger than blueprints and concrete.
Yeah.
It's about individual vision versus...
The pressure to conform.
You see it with Roark. The system tells him everything's been done, be practical, but he just...
Refuses to back down.
He's got this unwavering belief in his own ideas.
Now, we have to talk about Dominique Franz. Drawn to Roark, but also seems to want to...
Sabotage him.
It's like she's fascinated and afraid at the same time.
Dominique's complicated. She sees the world as corrupt, so Roark's genius, it terrifies her almost.
Recognizes it, but also fears it'll get crushed.
Mm.
Okay, so we've got Roark, the uncompromising visionary, Keating, the...
ambitious conformist.
Right, and Dominique, torn between admiration and fear. Now, what about Ellsworth Toohey,
Ah, the critic.
the one who champions mediocrity? He's got a lot of influence.
Toohey's the master manipulator, believes in the power of the collective, the group over the individual, and anyone who threatens that.
He takes them down.
Subtly, but effectively.
It feels like that Stoddard Temple competition where Roark and Keating go head-to-head. It becomes like a
A microcosm of the whole thing.
originality versus conformity, with Toohey pulling strings in the background.
And you see Rand's philosophy, objectivism coming through, especially in Roark, emphasis on reason, individual achievement.
Even when Roark faces setbacks, getting blacklisted, working in a quarry, he doesn't break.
That quarry encounter with Dominique, though, adds a whole other layer to their relationship.
Definitely intense.
Raw, primal. You see a vulnerability in Dominique we hadn't seen before.
All right, so let's talk about the architectural concepts themselves. They're pretty central to the whole.
Oh, absolutely. Roark's style, it's as unique as he is. Form and function reflecting purpose. The architect's vision.
He's not into all that ornamentation, copying the past.
Clean lines, functional designs. A building should be honest, he'd say.
Rand seems to be saying true creation comes from breaking free, right?
From limitations, expectations, staying true to that inner vision.
That's a powerful idea.
It's not just about buildings, it's about life. The power to create, innovate, shape the world according to your own values.
And then there's the power dynamics in this world. The established figures like Guy Franson, Dominique's father,
More concerned with social standing than nurturing real talent.
representing the old guard, where conformity trumps creativity. Keating, though, thrives on the recognition, even if it means
Sacrificing his artistic vision.
he needs that external validation.
It's empty, though. You see it in his relationship with Catherine, his wife. Even with everything he thought he wanted, he's miserable.
It's a cautionary tale. Don't chase approval, chase what truly fulfills you. And Roark, when Keating offers him money, like a way out, his response is just,
I need a job, Mike. Can you help me?
wow, no compromise, even when facing financial ruin. And this takes him back to the quarry, where he finds a different kind of working with raw materials, and his relationship with Dominique takes this dramatic turn.
The core is like a stripping away of all that societal pressure. Back to basics, raw creation.
Roark's true character shines there.
Unburdened. Free.
Meanwhile, Keating's rising to fame and recognition.
Two paths, two sets of values. Integrity and creative fulfillment versus external validation, societal approval. Rand forces us to ask, what really matters? What compromises are we willing to make?
And then there's Dominique, watching Roark from a distance, like
Studying him.
her fascination grows, but there's that fear, the potential consequences of
surrendering.
it's all there in her actions. She hires him for menial labor at her house.
A test. A way to keep him close.
Maybe both.
Yeah.
But their connection, it's too strong.
Leading to that encounter in her bedroom.
Oh, that scene is unforgettable.
Raw, primal, all pretense gone.
Dominique tries to fight it, but
The force of their connection just overwhelms her.
drawn to his power, but terrified of the implications.
It's the push and pull of attraction, the fear of being vulnerable. Dominique's afraid of how Roark might challenge everything she believes.
A battle of wills, two strong individuals both afraid of their own desires.
And all the while, Toohey's working, watching, waiting.
He represents that insidious control, seeping into everything.
He knows how to manipulate, how to undermine anyone who threatens his vision of a collective society.
And that's how he orchestrates the destruction of Roark's temple.
Uses his influence to turn the public against him.
A chilling reminder of how individual creativity can be crushed.
But even through all of it, the betrayals, the manipulation, the constant struggle, Roark remains unyielding.
The spirit of individualism, refusing to compromise.
A powerful message, and it certainly resonates even today.
Absolutely. It makes you think. So what stood out to you the most from these excerpts? What really resonated with you?
I think for me, it's that struggle between staying true to yourself and the pressure to fit in. That need to maintain your integrity when the world seems to reward compromise. It's something we all face in different ways.
It's a battle, that's for sure. And we've just scratched the surface here. Roark's journey, his relationships with Dominique, with Ayn Rand, the courtroom drama, it's all incredibly captivating.
And it makes you think about what truly matters, about success, fulfillment, about the choices we make.
We're just getting started, though. We'll have to dive back into this world in part 2 of this deep dive.
Yeah, that courtroom scene, it becomes this philosophical battleground.
More than just professional jealousy fueling the fire, it seems like.
Roark, he just shakes things up, you know? He threatens those who built their careers on playing it safe.
Like Keating?
Exactly. They resent his talent, the way he just embodies brilliance, but doesn't care about conventional success.
In Toohey, it feels like he's got this vendetta against Roark, beyond just wanting control.
Toohey sees Roark as everything he hates, individual genius, that creative freedom.
A rejection of his whole collectivist philosophy.
It's a battle for humanity, at least in Rand's view.
So the trial, it becomes about more than just Roark blowing up the temple.
Way bigger. It's about whether society can handle true originality.
Even if it disrupts the status quo. That's where Dominique's testimony comes in.
Oh, that's a pivotal moment.
Instead of condemning him, she defends Roark.
She gets him, you know, in a way no one else does.
It's like she sees right through the hypocrisy of it all.
Those who call Roark inhuman, while they're the ones embracing this philosophy that diminishes the human spirit.
Her testimony, it's a declaration of independence.
A rejection of everything Toohey and his followers represent. That mediocrity, that conformity.
But it costs her, doesn't it?
Big time. Social standing, reputation, everything she built in that world.
Dominique's choice. It shows the sacrifices authenticity demands.
And Roark, his closing argument, wow. He defends his right to create without compromise.
Powerful stuff. His belief in the individual's right to pursue greatness.
A speech that speaks to anyone who's felt stifled, you know. Anyone who dared to dream differently.
Like he's speaking to us directly, challenging us to question those norms we accept.
Fight for that freedom of expression, that individuality.
Roark's words, they're a call to action.
Embrace your creativity. Reject the forces that try to diminish it.
But even with the acquittal, he's still got an uphill battle.
Blacklisted, ostracized, taking those menial jobs to get by.
A harsh price for staying true to his vision.
It shows you the challenge of the price of integrity when you dare to challenge the status quo.
But he never gives up, does he? Even in hardship.
He finds fulfillment in the work itself, even without that conventional success, that resilience. It speaks to passion, the drive to create, no matter what.
And amidst all this, we have Gail Wynan rising to power.
The media mogul.
Yeah.
Sensationalism, manipulation, the whole 9 yards.
Everything Roark seems to despise.
Wynan's complex, though. He's hungry for power, insecure, but he sees the emptiness of it all.
He's drawn to Roark's authenticity, even if he can't fully grasp it.
Power versus authenticity, quite the contrast.
And then there's Dominique, caught between both of them.
Forced to confront her own nature, her beliefs.
It's like she's constantly evolving, being challenged.
Dominique's journey, it embodies that transformative power of love, reconciling ideals with the messy reality of relationships.
She risks it all: reputation, social standing, even her sense of self.
For love. It's inspiring, but also heartbreaking.
It reminds you, sometimes the biggest sacrifices come from that deep commitment to those who touch your soul.
Who challenge you to be your truest self.
Willing to risk so much, It's both powerful and painful to watch.
It shows how love breaks down walls, exposes those vulnerabilities.
Leads to a deeper understanding of yourself and the world.
Dominique and Roark especially, they challenge each other, forcing them to face those deepest fears.
To embrace their individual spirits.
True love, it's not about possession or control. It's about recognizing that individual essence.
Honoring it. Even if it means letting go of your own preconceptions.
Dominique's journey shows us those fulfilling relationships. They push you to grow, to evolve.
Embrace who you truly are. It's inspiring and terrifying at the same time.
It leads her to a deeper understanding of love, of freedom, the power within each of us.
We see her wrestle with all of it, those complexities, the challenges of love and desire.
She comes out stronger, more self-assured, thrilling and heartbreaking to witness.
It speaks to our resilience, the power of transformation through love.
Dominique's story, it's about the power of individual will, staying true to your values.
Even when it means going against expectations, embracing the unknown.
True freedom, it's not about fitting in. It's about embracing who you are, living by your own truth.
Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about that architectural symbolism.
Roark's creations, they're not just buildings. They're expressions of his philosophy.
Testaments to that individual vision.
Right, and his process, the materials he chooses, the way he thinks about space and light.
It all reflects his deeper beliefs.
It's a rejection of the ornate, the excessive, a focus on the essential.
A purity of form, a celebration of function.
And the way he uses nature, incorporating it into his designs.
It's like he's blurring the lines between the man-made and the natural.
Finding harmony between them.
So how did these themes, these struggles from almost a century ago, resonate with us today?
Oh, they're timeless. That struggle for individual expression, the tension between art and commerce, the pull of power.
The complexities of love and relationships, we grapple with these every single day.
In every field.
Rand seems to be saying true fulfillment doesn't come from external validation.
It comes from following your own compass, even when it means going against the grain.
Staying true to your values, creating work that matters to you.
Exactly. Roark shows us that the greatest reward isn't conventional success. It's aligning your life with those deep-seated values.
Creating work that reflects your true self.
And that's so relevant today in a world obsessed with conformity and online validation.
It's a challenge to resist that pressure to fit in.
To create something meaningful, something that expresses your unique vision, even if it means standing alone.
The true measure of success is not about the applause, it's about the resonance, the impact it has on your soul, and those who are ready to see things differently. It's like she's saying, look beyond that surface-level success. What makes a life truly meaningful?
And it's about action, isn't it? Aligning your actions with your values even when things get tough. Roark, he exemplifies that.
Now, Tuhi, what drives someone like that? To tear down those who strive for greatness.
It's a seductive ideology, but ultimately destructive. Level the playing field by tearing down anyone who excels.
He fears that creative power, doesn't he? That disruption of his controlled society.
Where everyone just conforms.
Yeah.
It's chilling how he manipulates, exploits those insecurities.
Uses guilt, shame to keep people in line.
It makes you think, how often do we accept mediocrity just because it's easier? Because someone told us to.
We're bombarded with messages telling us what to think, what to buy, how to live.
It takes effort to resist that, to forge your own path. Conscious effort.
Speaking of paths, the ending. Without spoilers, does Roark win? Does he overcome those trying to destroy him?
I won't spoil it, but Rand's conclusion stays true to her message. Individual empowerment, the power of pursuing your vision.
So it's a satisfying ending.
It ties everything together, all the conflicts, in a dramatic but ultimately fitting way.
This deep dive, it's been incredible. The Fountainhead, it sticks with you.
It makes you question, doesn't it? Your values, your choices, what success even means.
It challenges you, inspires you, and leaves you thinking long after you've finished it.
It reminds us that real fulfillment often comes from defying those expectations, forging your own path.
Even when it's hard, even when you face opposition. If you found this discussion as engaging as we did, we highly recommend checking out The Fountainhead yourself.
Experience the full impact of Rand's powerful story.
And, as always, subscribe to our channel for more deep dives like this. We explore the books and ideas that shape our world.
Share this episode with your friends. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. What resonated with you?
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Ayn Rand's The Fountainhead. Keep exploring, keep questioning, keep creating. We'll see you next time.